Hello, friends. Welcome you all for another interesting episode. In this episode, I'll be speaking about how to handle or what to do when you don't get responses for your mails, either for master studies or PhD studies or for scholarship. So, here I'll be taking an example that for the scholarship of MEXT to study in Japan. So, I think many of you have already applied and you are in the second phase or third phase screening for university recommended scholarship. I think this is the first screening results time. You'll be getting a call for interview very soon. And even a few universities have the deadlines is set to close. So they have yet to close the deadline for the application round. So that is the situation. And the meanwhile, I'm getting the comments and I'm observing some people, they're not getting responses. Of course, it is difficult to get everyone responses, but considering that you are eligible with your profile and you're more suitable for the openings are relevant as per your understanding. If that is the case, you can try a little harder so that you can get a chance for the interview round, so that you may have chance to get the scholarship. So for those kind of people, I would like to suggest you one few things. Actually, not one, a few things. First thing, please relook your application documents or your mail documents what you have sent for the professors. Like verify thoroughly, maybe from from other friends from third. I will let's say like not you, some other friend or maybe some other person who is having relevant knowledge. Ask him to or ask her to verify your documents how it is, how it looks like. Maybe you can also verify, take a break and then verify how it looks like. I mean to suggest like you are entering into science community, so there are some misconceptions in state universities you may don't come across. Let's say when you are writing a proposal or when you submitting your journals publications, you are into proper scientific community from now on if you get selected. So there are many times people end up publishing their data in some private journals. They get paid and they publish the data without much review. Actually, as per my understanding and my feedback from the fellow members in the previous years, even recently, so we can't publish in the local journals. Like some institutes won't accept these things, and even we should have proper indexing and all. And these private journals they hardly review, and the reviewers or the committee members will be some young people who are in the college and who are from smaller universities with less experience. So they'll just get the money, and it's kind of it become like a business. Actually, I don't want to phrase it like this way, but it is true. I have observed, even I have published one paper in my bachelor's, but I have removed it long back. I never had thought to showcase elsewhere. It is hardly matters when you go for proper reputed institutes like Max Scholarship and Japan universities, or maybe any European countries or any other countries. So first thing you need to avoid showcasing those write-ups or the journals as a credential. And the second thing, try to filter out the data which is relevant to you technically and the subject matter, which is subject expert in the particular field. Let's say you have many projects and you have done some administrative works. All are good, but put the administrative works and other experiences in a small and put your research in a big. I mean to say, shorten the other experiences and expand these research or the projects relevant to your research in depth with the technical terms. And then try to remove even extracurricular activities and other stuff. Try to remove much and then keep the more connected things such as leadership skills, which is required for research works, and team management and interpersonal skills, which are required. Those things which showcase these things, let it be. But other things let's say sports and other stuff, it may be relevant, but not always. Just it's a trial and pilot. I'm suggesting pilot experiment like that. So try to remove those also and see how they respond to you, and then see your research proposal, keep it short and crisp to the point. So for you, especially for the next scholarship, Japan, take the example of that format from the next application form. There is a format for research proposal, the university recommendation and also in embassy recommendation documents. If you can try for it, you will find that document. So in that document, there are specific headings. Try to filter out and please add the timeline with milestones explanation. that gives you more advantage compared to other applicants. Let's say there are major applicants who didn't add a timeline, and you have added the timeline. That is a good advantage. So try to relive the research proposal also, and the transcripts. Transcripts you may add the relevant credentials which has some text along with the note that you have worked in so and so projects and so and so location. Try to add those things and add the transcripts only. Try to remove other stuff. And then try to see your mail body. You can make some minor changes so that it will look more connected. And if possible, try to add the research related to that professor or the particular group, what you are referring. And in the research proposal also, you make the same corrections. That will be much helpful. And then last suggestions like please don't get disheartened. Like some people might be in third year or some people might be in final years. So this thing came up once. I was talking to another friend who was trying for this scholarship. So it is true. Like the discussion came up like yes, if they didn't see your profile even after revising this many things, try to improve your skill set. Even I got a response from other European universities saying that you can reapply when there is a good change in your profile. That means good change may not be that much depth, but still if you have some additional advantage or additional profile credentials, please add and resubmit in the next intake. Like let's say April or next admission intake. Till then, you keep engaged with some other works. It will definitely give you a positive note, even you didn't get response this time. And I think that's all I thought of sharing. And then I'll be sharing another video on how to handle the literature for those people who are about to start your research elsewhere or any universities. Keep subscribed. I'll be sharing in a short while. So that will be very much helpful for handling from the starting to ending. There are many people who shared, but maybe my perspective of understanding may be helpful for some of you. So have a good day. Wish you good luck. Thank you.